Football fans, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to explore the extraordinary life of one of the most inspiring athletes of our generation. A man who rose from the dusty streets of a small Egyptian village to become one of the most feared forwards in world football. His name is Mohamed Salah, and his story is not just about goals and trophies. It's about determination, sacrifice, humility, and the power of dreams. Mohamed Salah Maris Ghali was born on June 15, 1992, in the small village of Nagreg, located in the Garbia Governorate of Egypt. Life in Nagreg was far from the glamorous stadiums we associate him with today. It was a quiet farming community, where opportunities were limited, and dreams of playing football at the highest level seemed almost impossible. From a young age, Salah was enchanted by the game. He would play football on the streets with his friends until sunset, often neglecting his homework. His parents worried, but even they could see the burning passion in their son's eyes. For Salah, football wasn't just a game, it was his life, his hope, and his escape from the struggles of rural Egypt. Unlike many children growing up in Europe with academies and structured training, Salah had to rely on pure talent and raw determination. But even in those humble surroundings, his natural pace and ability stood out. By the time he was 14, scouts had noticed him, and he was given the chance to join El Mokalan SC, also known as Arab Contractors, a club in Cairo. But there was a problem. Cairo was not close. To pursue his dream, Salah had to travel nearly 4 hours each way from his village to the training ground. Imagine a young boy, still in his early teens, waking up before dawn, traveling hours by bus, practicing intensely, and then heading home late at night, only to repeat the routine the next day. It was exhausting and draining, both physically and emotionally. Many kids would have quit. But Salah refused to give up. He believed that one day, all these sacrifices would pay off. At El Mokalan, Salah quickly progressed through the youth ranks. Coaches recognized his speed and dribbling ability as special. At the age of just 17, he made his debut in the Egyptian Premier League. He was small and skinny, but his pace terrified defenders. Week after week, he improved, and soon he became one of the brightest young stars in Egyptian football. In 2012, disaster struck Egyptian football with the Port Said Stadium tragedy. The league was suspended, and uncertainty clouded the future. But Salah's performances had already attracted attention from abroad. Scouts from Switzerland's FC Basel saw his talent and invited him for a trial. Salah impressed, and soon, his European adventure began. Moving to Switzerland was a huge step. For a boy who grew up in a small Egyptian village, adapting to a new culture, language, and style of football was intimidating. But Salah didn't take long to shine. In his very first matches for Basel, he scored crucial goals, including one against Tottenham in the Europa League. But it was his performances in the Champions League that made headlines. Against Chelsea, Salah scored and tormented their defense with his blistering pace. Suddenly, the football world was taking notice. In January 2014, Chelsea decided to sign Salah. For Egyptian fans, it was a historic moment. One of their own was now playing for a Premier League giant. But life in London was not what Salah had dreamed of. Under Jose Mourinho, opportunities were limited. Salah struggled for game time, often sitting on the bench while stars like Eden Hazard and Willian dominated the lineup. Critics labeled him a flop, and soon Chelsea decided to loan him out. For many players, being cast aside by a big club can break their spirit. But Salah's story is about resilience. Sent to Fiorentina in 2015, he immediately lit up Serie A with his speed and goals. Within months, Roma signed him on loan, and this is where Salah truly found his rhythm. At Roma, Salah became a superstar. Week after week, he delivered goals and assists. In the 2016-17 season, he scored 19 goals and provided 15 assists, forming a deadly partnership with Eden Dzeko. He was no longer just a fast winger, he was becoming a complete forward. Liverpool noticed. In the summer of 2017, Jurgen Klopp signed Salah for a then club record fee of £36 million. At the time, some doubted him. They remembered his struggles at Chelsea and wondered if he could handle the Premier League. Salah answered those doubts immediately. In his debut season, Salah was unstoppable. He scored 32 goals in the Premier League, breaking the record for the most goals in a 38-game season. His total tally across all competitions reached 44 goals. Liverpool fans quickly fell in love, chanting, "Mo Salah, the Egyptian king!" But football is full of highs and lows. In the 2018 Champions League final against Real Madrid, Salah suffered heartbreak. A challenge from Sergio Ramos left him with a shoulder injury, forcing him to leave the pitch in tears. Liverpool lost the final, and Egypt feared their hero would miss the World Cup. Salah did recover in time, but Egypt's campaign was short-lived. For Salah, it was a painful summer. Yet true champions rise again. In 2019, Salah and Liverpool returned to the Champions League final, this time against Tottenham. Within minutes, Salah scored a penalty, setting Liverpool on the path to glory. They won the trophy, and Salah's redemption was complete. The following season brought even more joy. Salah played a vital role in helping Liverpool win their first Premier League title in 30 years. Anfield erupted in celebrations, and Salah cemented his status as a Liverpool legend. Over the years, Salah has continued to break records. He became the fastest Liverpool player to reach 100 goals. He has won multiple Golden Boots, been named African Player of the Year, and has consistently ranked among the best footballers in the world. But Salah's influence goes beyond the pitch. Despite his fame and wealth, he has remained humble. In his home village of Nagreg, he has built schools, hospitals, and sports facilities. He regularly donates to charity, helps struggling families, and supports communities in need. For millions of Egyptians and Africans, Salah is not just a footballer, he is a role model, a source of pride, and proof that dreams can come true. His story is also deeply inspiring for Muslims around the world. Salah openly celebrates his faith, performing sujud after scoring goals. In doing so, he has helped break stereotypes and has become a global ambassador for Islam in sports. Even today, as one of the biggest stars in football, Salah never forgets where he came from. He still visits his village, greets old neighbors, and supports those in need. His humility is what makes him loved by millions, not just Liverpool fans, but people across the globe. Salah's journey teaches us many lessons. Success doesn't come overnight. It is built on sacrifice, resilience, and the refusal to give up. He faced long bus rides, rejection at Chelsea, painful injuries, and crushing defeats. But every time, he came back stronger. That is what makes him special. From the streets of Nagreg to lifting the Champions League and Premier League trophies, Salah's life is the story of a dream fulfilled. He is living proof that no matter how humble your beginnings are, with hard work and belief, the world can be yours. So, next time you see Salah sprinting down the wing, cutting inside, and curling the ball into the net, remember the boy who traveled hours every day just to train. Remember the tears of Kiev, the joy of Madrid, and the celebrations at Anfield. Remember that behind every goal is a story of sacrifice, struggle, and triumph. Mohamed Salah is more than just a footballer. He is an icon, a hero, and above all, an Egyptian king.